Let's move on here. A couple of more games that we need to wrap about and talk about. Let's get to the one that I think is most interesting. Maybe you would agree with me, maybe not. I think that the most interesting game of the entire week one slate is Colorado at TCU. Now, TCU is favored by 20. I think that that's too much, but I always think that the games that I'm going to call are going to be better. Let me just tell you what I know about these two teams, because there's a lot that we don't know about these two teams. But here's what I know about these two teams. Let's start with Colorado. Coach Prime's debut for the Buffaloes. I know that they're going to look really good. You heard about the new unis? All white. Apparently a bunch of like new gold trim. The throwback Deion Sanders cleats. I mean, come on. Of course, right? Of course. They're going to be wearing shades. And listen, I get it. I get it. But we're going to finally see what is the actual product. What is the actual product on the field? And from what I know about this team, this is a product that is going to be talent rich at the skill positions, both sides of the ball. He has said before, and this is not an old school philosophy. This is kind of a new style of wanting to build this way. He wants to build outside in. And you know what? They're really strong, really talented, fast, athletic, and explosive on the outside. Their wide receivers are really good, led by Travis Hunter, who will play both ways, by the way. Their running back room is deep. They're as deep at running back as they've been in a long time. I know that's not saying a ton, but remember, this is a team that played for a Pac-12 title. What was it, back in 2000, I want to say 16, 17, something along those lines. Their quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, is a very good player. So they have elements here, in particular on the offensive side. They will be able to score points. The biggest question mark is who's blocking for them. And are they going to be stout at all up front? Can they protect the passer? Can they provide running lanes? I'm not sure. And I don't know if they know either. Do you know there's 58 transfers on this team? 51 of them on scholarship, 7 walk-ons. There's 68 new scholarship players. 51 transfers, 17 freshmen. That is staggering. Staggering. I believe there's only 9 scholarship players returning from a year ago out of 85. They cleaned house. And by the way, I've defended that and will continue to defend that because the level that they were playing last year was egregiously bad and they had to do something. So enter Deion Sanders. He changes the roster over completely. They will be much better at the skill positions. Their safeties, quality with good depth. Corner position, pretty good with good depth. And Hunter will play both ways, like I said earlier. Now, in a game that's going to be north of 100 degrees in Dallas with some humidity, I don't know if they've got the depth to stay with TCU because here's what I know about TCU. While they went to the national championship game last year, and while they're missing some key contributors, namely their offensive coordinator, Garrett Riley, their quarterback, Max Duggan, their running back, Kendre Miller, and their wide receiver, Quentin Johnston, they feel that they are better because of their depth this year than they were a year ago. They got incredibly fortunate last year with the run of luck that they had in terms of staying healthy with their starters. Now, you can make an argument that didn't start early because the guy who will start in this game, Chandler Morris at quarterback, went down with an injury against Colorado in week 1, but stepped in Max Duggan. The rest is history. Their wide receiver room, they believe, is deeper and faster and more explosive than it was even a year ago. And remember, they had 2 guys drafted. I think that running back is probably a position that they feel like might be a little bit of a wait and see because Kendre Miller was just so good in terms of a slashing runner for them. Offensive line, I think that's a bit of a wait and see, although they're confident in their depth and what they've brought in both in recruiting and in the transfer portal. Defensively, they've got some veteran guys, and in particular, one of the best corners in the country out on the outside. They like their safeties a lot. This team is confident that they're going to come back and they will not just replicate, but be the same team that they were a year ago. Now, remember, this team won a ton of close football games, and they did it namely because their quarterback played so well in big moments late in football games. I believe they're going to take a little bit of a step back. This line suggests that Vegas believes TCU is what they were a year ago and Colorado is what they were a year ago. Both of those are false assumptions. That's why I think that this line is too big. Colorado is going to be much better than people think. TCU, I'm not sure. It's a wait and see. I can't wait to see that wide receiver room, though, and I can't wait to see Chandler Morris. And again, that's going to be the most interesting game in all of college football in week 1, and Gus and I will be there. We're going to fly down from Minnesota into DFW, and we've got that game on Saturday. It's Big Noon Saturday. Big Noon Kickoff will be there early. Thank you for watching the Joel Klatt Show YouTube channel. And if you liked this clip, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel, and you can stay up to date on all of my college football coverage.